I'm an idiot. So, cruising Facebook Marketplace last night as getting ready to leave work, and came across a car. Sent the guy a message, and now it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm on my way to go buy it, look it up, look at it, whatever. I keep on buying things or finding things that my family wants to keep, and that's not what I normally do. I buy and sell everything, but it's a car that's my wife's exact dream car. So we're gonna look at it. I'll bring you back after we bought it, show you what it is. See you guys in a second. Your time. It's probably gonna be a couple hours for me. See you later. To see it back there. I think my camera's all dirty and shitty, but we went ahead and picked it up. So I don't know if you can tell. Some of you guys might know. Somebody might know what that is. Looking at the windshield, you can see it's a convertible. So a little bit longer. Got about an hour drive back to the house now, and when we're there, I will reveal the new project. All right, guys. See you in a minute, or have a second for you guys. My wife's dream car. She has wanted an MGB since she was 16. I was looking for something to buy and flip and make some more money so I could put more money into that thing. But instead, we have this. And I've been informed there's been an executive decision from her and the children that this is staying. So that's cool. I'm happy that we got her what she wanted. I knew when I saw this that it was probably going to stay. I just like busting her stones a little bit. So what's interesting about it is I was looking at it, I'm like, man, it has some little bit of a questionable rust repair on the underside, but not awful, just kind of like, eh. But then I found some pictures in the glove box, and I'll show them here. I'll put them in at the end of the video, of it being restored. Floorboards out of it, rockers completely out of it. The pictures look pretty old. I'm suspecting it was someplace late 80s, early 90s that it was done. And I don't know that much about restorations stuff, but I know in shows that I've watched and heard people that know way more than I do talk about it, that restorations back in the 80s and 90s, just the condition of metal and the equipment they had for doing it, it was, I think this is right on par for the type of restorations that happened back in the late 80s, early 90s. It's a little dirty. You can see, like, one thing that's really bothers me a little bit is there should be holes over here for the top to attach, like there's holes and then body molding attaches to it for the top to attach to it. And we can see it over here on the other side. They're all there, but on the other side they're filled up. I'm not really sure what that's all about. Maybe there's been more than one attempted body work on this thing, other than those pictures. Overall, it's pretty good. It looks like it maybe has some Civic seats in it. There'll have to be some adjustment on that, but overall the interior is pretty decent. It's complete. The floors are solid. I got a pretty good deal on it, but it is not running. So we'll show here is where we're at. So I've pulled a few things off, checked spark. It has spark. I'm getting ready to check compression. I was starting to pull the valve cover off so I could check timing and all of that stuff. I don't see any timing marks on the front cover by the crank pulley, but see a mark on the crank pulley that all the interwebs tells me is the timing thing. So we're going to get into it. I think the first thing we're going to do here is a compression test. Pulled the plugs to do the compression test. They all look pretty good except for number 2. Looks a little like it was running a little rich. Doesn't really look, maybe a little bit of oil on it, but the rest of them look pretty good. So hopefully that's a sign that it was, when it was parked up, it was running good. And the sticker on the window says 2010, so I don't know if that's how long it's been sitting, but we'll see from there. The guy said that I bought it from said he drove it a couple hours home and then parked it over the winter and couldn't get it restarted, but we'll see. All right, I got my lovely assistant out here since it's her car. We're gonna do compression test real quick. Okay, honey, full throttle. Okay. over 200 on the first one. That is good. It's actually kind of high. I think this might have an earlier motor in it, or this one's been hopped up a little bit, because I don't think it should be that high for, this should have the low compression motor in it. All right, honey, do the next one. Okay. 210 again.
That's good.
Yep, that's real good. Couldn't get it in the hole. Clearly not a problem we have with our 3 children. Go ahead. Okay. That one's a little bit lower, but still over 200.
Jokes for days, huh?
Yeah, joke for days. Okay, last one. Yep. Okay. 210 again.
Wow.
So the one was over 200, or right at 200 to 210. So all within just a few percent of each other. Perfect. All right, well, let's keep digging, because we know we had spark. I already saw that. I checked that when I bought it. So he said it wasn't getting fuel, and it wasn't, but even I sprayed some brake clean in it, and it didn't pop off. So we're gonna keep digging, see about timing and stuff. All right, so off camera, rotated the engine around a couple times, brought it up. I wasn't looking around. I can't find timing marks. There's a timing mark on the crank pulley, but I don't see anything on the block anywhere, so I don't know what that's about. There's supposed to be stuff on there. So pulled off the valve cover, brought up the top dead center. Those are up. Those are both resting on the lobe of the cam, and it is pointing. This should be pointing that way towards number 1. So somebody dropped the distributor in off a little bit, so we'll just adjust it on. We won't pull the distributor. We're just gonna pull the spark plug wires off and drop them back on. So I'll bring you guys back and we'll try to start it after I get that all taken care of. Okay, go ahead and try and start it.
Okay, and give it a little gas?
Yeah, give it a little gas. Once it starts to go, let go of the key. Hold on a second though. Hold it open again.
Okay.
Hold it open. Don't start it again. Come on.
Say again?
Hold on a second. Hold the throttle open. Don't try to start it.
Okay.
Okay. Here. Let go of the throttle. Okay, go ahead and try to start it.
And give it gas?
Yep.
Okay.
Kind of work it back and forth. There, it actually runs. Sweet.
But is it holding the fuel?
No, it's not getting fuel up yet. Alright, I was working and not filming, not paying attention, just getting ahead of myself. So this is what I found. This fitting right here was not on there. I got it started before I started filming. It just had a piece of rubber line on the end of this pipe, and it was cut. And then here, these two were joined together, and this one right here is what feeds the fuel pump. What I think is somebody was back here messing around, trying to fix stuff, and I think they couldn't get that started, so they just put a rubber hose on it and had it hooked up to there because the threads kind of had some rubber and dirt in them. And then this is a vent line right here, and I think they just had them kind of hooked up backwards, and that's why it wasn't picking up fuel. So I got that cleaned up, got that thread started. I got to tighten it down still, and then I'm going to rerun this rubber line and hook it up to the fuel pump. I think it was just supposed to be some sort of vent, and they got everything hooked up backwards. And hopefully that's all it is. All right, guys, I ain't going to bullshit you. It already started once, and it runs awesome. So I'll just show you it started. Right there at the manifold. We got good oil pressure, temperature staying down, everything seems to be working. Good deal. Dripping a little water out of there. That's just up to the ready now. So, good to go. It's running on there a little bit, and I think the timing's off a little bit. But we got to still figure out where the timing marks are. There's no timing marks, but she runs, she starts. Figuring that high idle has probably something to do with that timing and the running on. So we'll mess with it some, and I think that's going to be it for today's video. We'll wrap it up. If you like what you're seeing, you want to see this progress, click the like, subscribe, all that jazz.